So that's what the man said he would do. Now let's take a look at what he actually did.
The pardon was first reported by NBC News Sunday night, and shortly thereafter, President Biden explained his grant of clemency in a statement. The president asserted, "I have watched my son being selectively and unfairly prosecuted." The pardon is sweeping, covering not only his son's felony convictions on firearms charges and tax evasion, where he faced potential prison time at sentencing this month. But the president provided more than a decade of blanket protection, preventing further federal prosecution for any offenses dating back to January 2014, months before the younger Biden joined the board of a Ukrainian energy company while his father was vice president. Blaming a heated environment, the president argued that raw politics has infected this process. He invoked his son's recovery from addiction. There's been an effort to break Hunter, who has been 5.5 years sober, and claimed his political adversaries could pose future risk to his family, writing, "In trying to break Hunter, they've tried to break me, and there's no reason to believe it will stop here."
Okay. So that's what the man said he would do. And then what he actually did, he said he wasn't going to pardon the guy. And then he turned around and what he actually did was pardon him, right? And then here's the thing. This newscast reporter said that he was pardoned against any kind of federal prosecution. And that's only like halfway true. Like, yeah, that's true that he can't be federally prosecuted. But in the verbiage of the pardon, it was against any and all crimes against the United States. Okay, rather he did it, knew about it, was implicated, whatever. Obviously, him working overseas, right, in a particular now hot zone, uh, they must have had some kind of an in-house awareness that they were holding over his head, and he decided not only am I going to pardon him for his recent crimes, but I'm gonna reach back a full decade and pardon any and all crimes against the United States. To me, it's a tragic comedy, except that when it comes to lives like yours and mine, it's not so funny, right? As we are paying the taxes on all this kind of thing, that whatever they're doing with the money and however this puppet show uh, is playing out, right? They just keep going on and on and on, and it also tells us that for the most part, in the overwhelming majority of cases, okay, if a politician's mouth is moving, it's lying, right? That's how this whole thing has played out and is looking, right? The kind of shamelessness, the kind of insistency. You saw that lady, like how she was getting irritated by people continually asking, is he going to pardon him? And it wasn't even back to back. One was in like July, another one was in like September, then it was November, December. So it wasn't even like back to back. It was pretty much like once a month. And even still, the lady was getting short with people and just was showing a degree of irritability that wasn't really necessary, wasn't really called for. And then lo and behold, overnight, they changed their mind. Of course, unless you're like me, which I believe is all just a string of curated lies.